our presentation, if that's okay. But we'll invite people as they still come. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming along today. And I'd just like to introduce, so for those people who don't know me, I'm Mark Norrick. I'm the company director of Life's an Adventure, and I'm really proud to introduce my fellow co-worker, Yoriko.
Hello, it's Yoriko here.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah. Now, Yoriko is our Japanese specialist. It's very, very handy to have her. She's been outstanding asset to the business, and she does a lot of the operations of organising of the tour. So she lives in Australia and in Nagano as well, don't you?
Yes, we do.
Cool. All right. I might start the webinar if that's okay, everybody.
Yes.
Cool. Sorry, it won't be a sec. Sorry, we're just having a...
Do you have some of this now?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, so that's me with my daughter on a Tasmanian walk, and that's Yoriko with her mum in Nagano. Basically, yeah, just a bit of an overview of what we'll be talking about tonight. That's a photo from a dinner that we had at someone's house during the Nakasundo. But a little bit about Life's an Adventure. Why Japan? Why not Japan? Our Japan tours, and then we're going to deep dive into the Mount Fuji from all angles, which is one of my favourite tours of Japan. So, Life's an Adventure. For those people that know us, we sort of do have distinctive herbs and spices, and I suppose what I love about Japan is that walking is only part of the adventure, and Japan is so culturally rich that every day we do something at the end of the walk or the start of the walk or in the middle of the walk to, with a cultural activity in the middle of it. So, yeah, I'm really proud, and it works really well with our brand. So, we're all pack free. So, yeah. So, you'd only carry your raincoat or your camera each day. So you don't have to carry your clothes or your tent. We're really proud up the top there. We've earned 21 tourism awards, and we actually won the Australian Tour Operator of the Year. So, which is pretty cool. So we're really proud of that. The other thing is we're Australian owned, and in fact we're actually Australia's biggest walking tour operator in Japan. So while other big operators in Japan are Chinese based, we are the Australian operator. And one of the final thing is we're all inclusive tour, so includes all your food, all your third party activities, and beer and wine and sake. So that's what makes it. Yes. Sorry.
I'm just from marketing here. If you're listening on, could you be able to put your viewer on mute if possible? I think that might be Bronwyn.
Actually, the organizer can mute the participants. Would that be possible?
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Yeah, so why Japan? as I said before, there's amazing cultural activities that we can do. And the first one I really love. It's simple to do, but it's making Japanese paper, which I did on the kimono kuro. But the cool thing is we actually put those all in everybody's envelope, and then took it to the shrine the next day, and got the priest to sign the Japanese paper in kanji. And so we gave, really beautiful little souvenir of walking the trek. The other one is, we do a sailboat experience, or we do a tea session in our kimonos. Can I just say, can you all put it on mute, please?
As the host, you can actually override that and do it yourself.
Okay. Can you do that? As you can see, the people are quite beautiful in Japan, and some of the characters you meet are quite amazing. That photo in the middle top section of the older man with me, a bearded man, he was on the Nakasunde Way, and he was welcoming everybody while they walk through his property, and he's there every day welcoming them. It's beautiful. And then the photo below, that is an innkeeper that we stay at her Rokan, and she, believe it or not, is the 17th generation Rokan owner in Enna. And so, yeah, she owns a Rokan from her, from 300 years ago, where they've been staying. So quite beautiful people. Then we're quite lucky on our tours. We do have 3 guides on every tour. So, the main guide, or is an English-speaking Japanese guide. They might be American, but they speak Japanese, and they've been living there for 20, 30, 40 years. But they're well versed in and showing you how to pray at a Shinto place, and they relive the cultural significance, the historical, and really come to life the experience. We also have an Australian guide, which a host, which also helps with the flexible walking options. So they're really great to have. And then we have a Japanese bus driver, which also helps with that flexible walking options. So great to have those 3 staff, and in particular, making the tour flexible is really, really important. Japanese cuisine is amazing, as you can see. And I'd say one of the complaints we do get is too much food. And in fact, the last tour I went on, there must have been 12 different meals served every night. And that's how they do it. So if you do have dietary concerns, there's always 4 vegetarian options. There's always fish options. There's always meat options. There's lots of different options. So the food's outstanding. The good thing, we are walking every day, so we can walk off the amount of food that we get. And so we can see here on the Izu Peninsula, in the middle shot, is a photo of dinner that night, which I'll share with you later. The other really cool thing, and what makes us very, very different from all our other operators in Japan, is we have a private transfer. So when we meet you in Tokyo, we take your bag and we put it in the bus straight away. You don't have to get on public transport. You don't have to catch that Shinkansen and go up and down the stairs with your 23-kilo bag and your other knapsack, and then go on a local bus. And it just makes for a better quality tour. Yes, our tours are more expensive, but that is a really important part, is having that private transfer. And it also allows you to go to all those different fun third activities. So I believe having that private transfer is really vitally important to offer flexible walking options every day, having a better quality tour, and packing in an action-packed cultural activities all the way along. I did mention the flexible walking options. I think that's really, really important. Most people, 8 or 9 times out of 10 are really good walkers. That's why they're on a walking tour. But, your partner might not be, and it's your holiday. After 6, 7 days of walking, you might want the day off. We can facilitate that, and it's your holiday, and it's why we do offer the different walking options. So, you can knock yourself out with 20 kilometres, or we can offer you a half-day walk. Or on the last tour I was on, they wanted to do a cruise, so we got them out early and got them on the cruise. Our accommodation usually is boutique. It's 3 to 4 star. It will be usually very, very good at either end, at Tokyo or at one of those those cities. But as you get further away, the standard doesn't get there. But we get the best accommodation that we believe in every area and every night. The accommodation is actually part of the adventure as well. For those who've never been to Japan, it's quite amazing to before you go to dinner. It's traditional to go see the middle photo is an onsen, and you all get undressed to the onsen. You go, there's a male side and a female side, so there's no mixing of the sexes. But you get undressed, you wash yourself, and then after a day of walking, you imagine how beautiful it is to have a 40-degree onsen for 5 minutes, and then you all get dressed in your yukatans for dinner and have dinner together, and do it all over again. So I think I love the onsen experience. It's something wish Australia had more of. But it's a beautiful, beautiful way to walk and then relax those sore, tired feet and legs. So just really quickly, I'll go through each of the tours just to show you all the different variety. And then we're going to deep dive into the Mount Fuji one. But this one's a really quite an off-the-beat track surprise. It's down the south in Kishu, and it's the Kanesaki Spiritual Tour. Has everything. Has Meet the Farmer on a rice terrace, making fox masks, and just the scenery there on that first photo is outstanding. It's another spiritual trail that you must do. This one, the Michinoko Coastal Trail, is the other direction. It's very north in the country, and it wasn't a walk until 10, 15 years ago, when unfortunately there was a tsunami in Japan that killed 26,000 people. It's quite amazing. But to bring back the tourism for the area, they developed this walk. And this coastal area, as you can see, is just outstanding. So another really high cultural activity, lots of fishing-based activities and lunches with fishermen and all that sort of stuff, and staying at beautiful hotels. This is the one that everybody knows about, the Kamanakura, the Nacha Hachi. It's actually really quite hard. We'll deep dive into that another day, but it's a spiritual walk that's been around for 1,000 years, and it's quite an amazing walk, but lots of ups and downs. This one's a very, very, very popular walk as well. The Nakasando Way starts either in Kyoto or Tokyo. Great for beginners. You get to see those two big, beautiful cities, and then you get to stay at the post towns. And another famous walk of the samurais, you walk 76 post towns in between, and you get to see the rural Japan. You see towns that are made of wood and towns that are culturally significant. Absolutely stunning, beautiful wooden towns, 300 years old. So another beauty. We've got a new one called the Shintetsu Trail. This is where Yoriko's from, isn't it? Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about this one?
Oh, thank you. Hi. Yes. From Tokyo and Nagano, this area. So this Nagano Shinetsu Trail is a kind of 100-kilometer entire trail. And we have a 2 parts. We can just walk in within this tour. And it's about to Nagano is the from only 2 hours from Tokyo by Shinkansen. And we are staying at the Nozawa Onsen, which is the very popular resort in snow ski season. And we stay there for the work every day, different parts. Go 2 parts of the Shinyatsu Trail, and also one we go for Togakushi area with the Ninja Museum over there too. And also the one trail goes to Shiga Kogen, which is Shiga Highlands, and a beautiful national park walking. And after that, we go visiting the monkey park. There's a lot of monkeys over there.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. That's really popular in the summer months. It's not going. We've got the Kamanakura Isuji, which is more of a coastal walk. I haven't done that one. Can't tell you much about that one. And then today we're going to be talking about the Mount Fuji from all angles and the Izu Peninsula. I actually designed this one. I was awestruck how beautiful Mount Fuji was. For all of those, we don't walk Mount Fuji. It's nearly impossible to walk. It's a 3,000 meter climb. It's a 12-hour day. It's not what we do. So we don't climb it. So don't have any fears that we're going to be climbing it. But we go to 3-4 places where you do see it. And the beauty of doing the Izu Peninsula is that we pass it on day 1, and then we start seeing it on day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. 300 kilometers away, 200 kilometers away, 100 kilometers away, and then on top of it. So it's Izu Peninsula is a must-see region in its own right. It's got the beauty of this tour's got the beauty of being 2 hours from Tokyo. So for Australians, it's great because it's direct flights from Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, straight into Tokyo, whereas Osaka and other locations always have another port to visit. So it's really quite convenient in that regard. Yeah, so let's deep dive into the tour. We usually, our first day is a bit of an intro day, just to see how people go. We offer a pretty easy walk. We pick you up, as we said before, from Tokyo, and we put your bag straight in the bus. No catching, Shinkansens and local buses, and we go straight to Hakone, and we go to the ropeway. And as you can see, if the weather's good, which is 9 times out of 10 it is, the view is outstanding. And the good thing is we catch the ropeway going up. Then we come back and we do a 7-kilometre walk back. The walk's very well paved terrain, small climbs or descents. But if there's any issues with that 7-kilometre back, most people, I think, will be able to do it. We can pull you out, put you on the ropeway back. And every day we've got a driver, we've got another guide, so we can alter the walks every day. Where do we stay, Yoriko?
Yes, we stay in the Atami area, which is another onsen area, and then a hotel called Ryokan Sekitei, which is a beautiful, beautiful traditional building.
Yeah, cool. What really excites me about this day is that we have geishas coming to we have a private room at the hotel, and the geisha, 2 or 3 of them, depending on the group size, will play games with us, and you'll get to see what the geisha experience is all about. This is what, and we're really proud about it, because Atami used to have 100 years ago over 3,000 geishas in the area, but now there's only a handful of them. So we are, supporting and, a dying tradition, unfortunately, but we're really proud. And I think it's the only tour that I've ever seen that has geisha coming to dinner. So we're really excited about this experience for you, and it'll be good fun. Next day, we get into the Izu Peninsula proper. So that starts on that left-hand side. You don't see Mount Fuji, but we, as you can see, that green volcano, extinct volcano, fortunately, Mount Omaru. We catch a cable car there, walk around the circumference, and then we do the Jogaski coast, which is 9 k's. And if you look into that photo of the coastline, it is just spectacular, very geologically diverse area, as I said before. But it's really good start to seeing the coastline, beautiful, and there's many places that we can pull you out if 9 k's is too much. But it's pretty easy walking. Yeah, uneven, rugged areas, forest trails, but a stunning coastline walk where we have lunch along the way. Then we stay. It reminds me of being in Northern Beaches, Sydney.
Sorry.
Yeah, where do we stay that night?
Yes, we stay in Atagawa Ocean Resort. Every single room has the ocean view. It's a beautiful hotel.
Yeah, and the pool on the ocean side looks pretty cool. Okay, we'll move on to the next day. This day we go away from the coast, and we actually go into the Amagi Highlands area. And this is a really famous walk that we do. It's 12 k's. It's the longest of the days that we do, but it starts at Amagi Tunnel and walks into Jurian Falls. It follows the Yoriko Trail, which was made famous by the novel The Izu Dancer. So sorry, I haven't read that book, but it's supposed to be a really good one. But beautiful. Yeah, the Highlands are very green, lush rainforest, so totally different to the coastline. And where do we stay that night?
Yes, this time we stay in Yugashima Tatsuta. There's a photo in the screen. This one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and while we picked it, it's got a really special dinner location on the river. So traditional food on the river, sitting down, having our traditional Japanese meals at the Ryokan. So pretty special, and a beautiful area. So we're taking off the coast. We head back to the coast, but before we do, there's another walk. There's another walk here that is a must do. It's pretty easy. It's only 6 k's, but it's the walk of the 7 waterfalls, and it's quite a famous spiritual walk. It's the walk Kawazua walk, and we actually at the end of the walk there we stop at a soba restaurant, as you can see there, and we grind our own wasabi, and then we head into the Shimoda coast area. What's the place we stay at? Yeah.
Yes, this is called Ryokan. Yeah, Umibe no Kakureyu Seiryu. It's quite long one. Yes, it's another beautiful hotel around there. Yes.
Yeah, staying on the coast. Reminds me of the Northern Beaches, the coastline along here. Okay, moving along to day 5. This is a pretty packed day because there's so much to see, and it's just stunning coast area, as you can see. The photos don't do it justice, but we've got 3 walks. I just wanted to. I loved every one of these walks, so I had to have all of them. But they're only short, but they're quite unique. And the first one's a 4-kilometre walk. It does Cape Irizaki, which is right at the bottom, the most southern tip of the Izu Peninsula. And then we walk. Can you help me with the name of this one, Yoriko?
This one is the Mount. Are you talking about the Mount Daruma?
Yeah, and the Kura Hirayama Trail. So yeah, the first two are very coastal walks, stunning views. But the third one I found fascinating because it had 40 um, statues of canon statues of Shinto and Buddhas actually, and I found that really fascinating walking along there. So and seeing all those walks, and then we finished the day at the Dogashima area, and I have no idea how to say this place. Can you help me with this
Yes,
name?
of course. Yes, Shuzenji, which is the beautiful traditional onsen town, and a small place, but it's
Oh,
beautiful. Yeah, it's very traditional
oh,
buildings around a nice onsen town. Then we staying at
oh.
Shuzenji Marukyu.
No, we're staying in the Rokan Umbi no Kacho Yo Siriko.
Hold on, which one? Oh, sorry, I went.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I went too
yeah.
far. I'm sorry. We were staying Ryokan Umibe no Kakureyu. I said that the last one. So
Oh, okay. Anyway, we stay there,
yeah.
and as you can see, the onsen has absolutely stunning views of the Dongashima coast. Um, the onsens are really the big part of the hotels every night and the food, obviously. Um,
I think I think I had the day 4 night hotel skipped it. So sorry, my mistake.
that's okay, no
Yeah.
problem. Yeah, then on day 6, we because the area is so beautiful, Dogashima, there is a local cave cruise. It's only 40 minutes, I think, the cruise, but it is a must see. It's highlights what the Izu Peninsula is all about. Very rugged coasts and beautiful azure blue waters. So you can't miss the cruise. And then we head north to walk Mount Daruma. Now, as you can see on the second photo, this walk is just picture postcard of Mount Fuji the whole way. It's an 8 kilometer walk, but it's a ridge line walk, and it's the best walk. And this is where Tourism Tokyo and Tourism Japan did their promotional photos of Mount Fuji. It's on a clear day, you can't get a better photo of Mount Fuji from here. And the walk is stunning the whole way. So we love it. And then we stay at that hotel you mentioned before. What's that one called again?
Yeah, so this was last day of the staying in Shuzenji
Yeah.
Marukyu. Marukyu.
Cool. The other
So
thing from when we ran our tours in the past, the great thing about having a Japanese guide is that they'll explain the cuisine that you have every night, and they're quite varied, aren't they, for Australians? So that's quite a eye opener as well. The food that you'll get, but every night is quite dinner is quite amazing. It's extensive, and it can be different from night to night because the chef actually goes to the local marketplace in the morning and gets the fresh local ingredients. And yes, if fish is the what they're selling that day, from the lake, that's what you get. So but they do 12 different varieties. And unfortunately, we're off the Izu Peninsula on our last day, and we're heading back to Tokyo tonight. But before we go to Tokyo, we stay and we do the walk that is voted the best walk of Mount Fuji. And the good thing is, it's not very close to public transport, so it's only the locals do it, and it is it's not so popular, but the lake views are stunning when we get up onto a ridge and we look back at Mount Fuji, and there's some other photos in middle of summer and other photos of Mount Fuji. So, yeah, this tour really is a tour about Izu Peninsula. But hey, when you're passing one of the most famous mountains in the world, it's good to stop on the way there, on the way back, and see. It is quite, if you haven't seen it, it is quite a imposing mountain. It's huge and it's quite beautiful. And then there's lots to learn from our local guides about the markings on the mountain and what the snow leaves has lots of history and culture behind it. But we go and have lunch at this beautiful spot, and then unfortunately we head home and we say goodbye and we drop you back over at our hotel, and that's what ends the tour. So these are our dates for next year, and price super early birds are $500 off. Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for listening to our to me and Yoriko.
Thank you.
Is there any is there any questions that people might have that I'd like to answer?